Good evening to you all. I hope I am audible enough.
Yes, madam.
Okay, thank you. So, you all are warmly welcome to our Young Scientist Forum webinar series. Today, our topic is Modern Art of Living, and our resource person is Dr. Chathuri Nopiarachi, founder, CEO of Digimit Education. So, first, I would like to um, introduce our today's speaker, Dr. Chathuri Nopiarachi. Dr. Chathuri Nopiarachi plays many roles as lecturer, researcher, speaker, writer, STEM activities, and education consultant with experience over 14 years in the field of higher education. So she have very broad range of roles played over this throughout the year, and she first obtained her Bachelor of Science with the first class um, from the Open University of Sri Lanka and being second highest of her batch. As well as she obtained the faculty prize for the best performance in physics. Then she continued with her higher education. First, she completed her MPhil degree from the same university in 2012. After that, she started her PhD studies under the supervision of Professor Susira Pereira. During her PhD studies, she studied about the fabrication of biomaterials using pith of plants as an electrolytic media. Then further, she engaged with the research work and she obtained the patent for her studies. Right after that, she joined to the Faculty of Technology, University of Sri Jayawardenepura as a senior lecturer in physics. Then recently she resigned from us in July 2024. Now currently she is focusing on her education consultancy firm, which is the Digimit Education. So her passion is for the physics. Now she would like to share her experience to our young scientist and how to mold our lifestyle to move forward in our career. So with that, I really appreciate your time, Dr. Nopiarachi. So over to you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Simulu, for the lovely introduction. So, good evening to you all. Um, First of all, I would like to give a brief intro about myself. So, who am I? I studied from Amla Vidyalaya Nugegada, did my A levels in bio stream. And as you mentioned earlier, yes, I'm a complete product of the Open University of Sri Lanka. And I'm playing multiple roles as a physics lecturer, researcher, speaker, writer, and educational consultant, as well as a STEM activist. So going on to my 14 plus years as an academic right now, apart from my firm work, so I'm visiting physics lectures at SLIT, Sri Lanka Optometric Association and Eye Care Institute. So a little bit of background about myself as an academic. And you may be wondering why modern art of living is done by a physics academic, because I wanted to concentrate on this subject because I have done counseling psychology as well from Wigan and Leigh College, UK. So I wanted to give some sort of an idea about the frustrated, irritated modern generation on how to live a life with full equilibrium. So to begin with, so our main objective we have mentioned, it is to emphasize the importance of living a stress-free life. Because most of the time I have seen students in any batch, in the middle of their academic semester, they all are, most of them, a majority of them are with full of stress, and they are like always complaining, okay, the workload is high, what to do and how to do. And the similar set of questions are being asked from myself. And I was really wondering, because that was not so, because compared to my experience as an undergraduate, I used to do many things in a proper balance. So I wanted to share some of my tips with the young scientists today. So one of my topics covered, I have mentioned the art of living as a part of modern culture, importance of self-awareness, strategic ways of navigating the complexities of life, finding purpose and contentment by yourself, cultivation of enriched environment, and discover your inner peace. So the expected outcome is given. So benefits to the young scientists, I hope I can change some of you by the end of this session to hit the career life harmony in this busy, fast-moving world. So to begin with my presentation, I would like to ask a question: where are you now? So like as in the song mentioned, where are you now? So now we are in 2024. So I hope many of you are leading a university life. So how have you planned your next 10 years? So that means by 2034. So in general, because looking at the audience, I hope so you may be wondering about finishing your higher education, trying to get a job, marry or not, and how about another 10 years? That means you may be in your 40s. So that is in 2044. So we have to, I mean, if you notice, I have mentioned with challenges. So every time the life gives you many challenges, because I'm a person who does not view problems, issues as problems, because I view as challenges. So wherever you go, either in 10 years or 20 years time, you should live a life with equilibrium. So according to this particular scenario, I hope you all are in the academia background as young scientists, who are less than 45 years right now. So let's think about where are you right now. So starting with my first topic, art of living as part of modern culture. So if you compare the life that our parents live, our grandparents live, it is somewhat different from the modern culture. Like culture, in the sense, it has a very broad meaning. Though it can be art, language, literature, music, the way you dress, talk, and all this, all these sections are related with the culture. So the contemporary culture is rapidly evolving, because people's tastes and ideas change very quickly compared to our parents and grandparents' time, because it reflects the diversity, and we are all connected, and we normally talk about the global village scenario. So here we have to, ladies and gentlemen, we have to think of a scenario that where are we right now as a global citizen right now. So along with it, we have to be bounded together as a global citizen, not just as a Sri Lankan person. Once you need to think about, okay, what are the values, behaviors, norms, cultural aspects that also evolving with our modern society. Why am I asking is this? Why? Because we all have seen there's some sort of a transformation happening so far with the introduction of these generation gaps. So I'm a millennial, so I teach to many students who are in Generation Z, and I'm experiencing the differences of Generation Alpha via my children. So I have seen what much more inculcated people in the modern technology, and they are consumed with their social media platforms. Yes, thanks to these technological advances, the media and so shift in the media consumption. So the technologies are evolving day by day. And what has happened to our lives compared to a couple of years back? So it's rapidly evolving. And what we have seen after the Corona season as well, we have seen a certain kind of generation. I hope Dr. Sumudu, as an academic, also agree with me. We have seen a student generation who are like in a trap of mindless consumption. So, I mean, it is very pleasant in a temporary scenario, But once you look at it in the long term wise, like you are like overloading with information to your brain, and your dopamine receptors are overloaded with stimulations, and as a result, the younger generation is having sleeping problems, attention span deficiencies, and their healthy lifestyle is being changed. So we as people from the millennial generation, we have seen some sort of an imbalance. Students or young scientists who are emerging once we are also growing old with them. So my question is, because this is my favorite Hindi movie. I hope there are people who are watching Hindi movies as well. So I really like this movie. I hope you can remember it was released in 2009, Three Idiots. I
Sorry to
really like,
interrupt you, Dr. Nupiarachi.
yes.
We can just see the first slide.
Okay, I'll just stop share and do it again. Can you see?
Yes, now we can.
All right.
Oh, again, it's
Again, yeah, it's there. Yes, let's see. I guess now it's okay. Right.
yes. Thank you.
Right. So why this is my favorite film, I wanted to clarify. Throughout my 14 years of experience as a lecturer, I have seen students like this person who is Raja Rastogi, who is like more attached to the false beliefs, cultural aspects. And I have seen students who are like Farhan Qureshi, who is following the passion of the parents, not his passion. And I have very rarely seen this person. I hope you can remember his name, Rancho. He's, if you can remember the film, he is like a calm and quiet, sometimes a jovial person who doesn't take much seriously about the life. But by and large, this particular Three Idiots film shows the reality of our higher education system. So that is why I have just, to break the ice, I have taken this slide. So to be honest, I'm kind of a female version of this Rancho. Like the people who are around me, the students and the people who are interacting with me, they know what sort of a crazy and cool person am I. So I'm trying to give you some sort of an idea about the modern art of living through my presentation to the younger generation from the experience I have got as an educational counselor as well. So next, I hope you can see. Why? Because now I have mentioned we have seen a generation which is not in equilibrium. So most of the time, the students that I have come across are anxiety driven or they are in depression. They are like two ends. So why? Now earlier we have seen what we need to do when we are trying to balance the life. So most of the time, our young generation is lacking this equanimity. What is equanimity? According to Buddhism, you may know that there are 8 worldly goods. So they are success, failure, blame, praise, fame, disrepute, pleasure, and pain. So when you do not face the life in equanimity, you tend to go into those two extreme ends and you tend to lose your equilibrium of life as well as work. So what you should do, I hope you can see, because most of the time the students, by the end of the middle of the semester or by the end, once they get their degree, most of them are a little bit frustrated because they wanted to do something. Why? There is a little bit of balance between the expectation and the performance. Some, they expect a bigger performance, but their expectation is low. Again, they are like frustrated. And some, they have higher expectation, but the performance is low. Again, they are a little bit unbalanced. So my advice is the most effective way to face the life is try to face those challenges I mentioned you in within 10 years, 20 years time with equanimity. So to avoid the frustration, so what we should do? First of all, dear ladies and gentlemen, there should be the self-awareness. So I have given you a chart. It's not only about the external awareness as well as the internal awareness should be also taught here. So I have mentioned there are 4 self-awareness archetypes. So please have a look. So what sort of a category that you try to fit in? So there are introspectors, there are aware people, and there are seekers as well as pleasers. So, I mean, I wanted to emphasize when you try to evolve as an undergraduate or once you try to move on with the society, so please try to have this self-awareness. So, in my case, I normally I'd say it's my job to heal myself. So, to tell you a little bit about my private life. So, for the past 1 year, I lost my mom, I lost my dad, I lost my mother-in-law within 1 year. So, I was trying with a lot of emotional a trauma. But after that, I thought, no, I should heal myself. I should listen to my needs and desires. And I respect myself and my time. And I wanted to become the true, authenticate person. Like, even if you look back 10 years ago, I will be like the same. This is the way that I talk and interact. And I don't have to to impress to like maintain my status. So I just set healthy boundaries because I really value my energy. And next, and when I'm not valued, so I try to go for another different options in life. And I really like to say no when it is not alignment with my own life. And I'm really mindful about saying yes. Because most of the time, we tend to think about other people's opinions. So that's none of your business as well as nor should it be yours. So that means by the end of the day, who should be caring about yourself? Is it the society? So the answer should be it's you. So it's your self-awareness has to be built up if you are going to the society as a different personality with true individuality. That genuineness should be inculcated within yourself with those 4 sections. I hope you can have a look at the self-awareness that I'm trying to talk about. Next, the strategic ways. Now, there are so many ways. There are different gurujis who are telling, okay, this is what you should be. There are so many channels telling you what to do, how to navigate your life. Yes, you are the captain of your ship. You are the master of your soul. Yes. So these are my stars that I normally think about it. Compared to our generation, I hope Dr. Sumudhi also agree with me. Our children are a little bit less organized. So that's decluttering should be done from the place. I mean, there are certain people who are good in their working environment with whether it is organized or not. But suppose I prefer if you declutter your environment as well as if you prioritize. Because I have seen some of the young scientists, they want to do this, that, and finally they are simultaneously doing a lot of things and they don't know how to prioritize. There are certain prioritization techniques. Normally, I use Eisenhower matrix, where normally you prioritize in important and urgent basis. So in that method, I normally call it as I and U method. Important and urgent, there can be important and not urgent, and not urgent and important, and also not important and not urgent. So you try to divide whatever the task that you come across in a day according to the level of your preference. And most of the time management is a topmost ingredient for your success. And I have not included energy management, a new term coined here, also should be included. I have forgotten to include it. Time management, I hope you can have an idea according to the name. It suggests that you have to effective usage of your personal time, 24 hours, to do your course in life. And the energy management is the new concept that you should be involved in certain activities that will boost up your energy. I hope you have seen some of the students or the young scientist community. By the end of the day, they are really exhausted of what they are doing. Why? There is less satisfaction in what they are doing. Some, yes, some they are really energetic, they are really self-motivated, they are really with positive vibes and so on. The reason is that their energy management is much more efficient compared to the normal scenario set of young scientists. Of course, there should be money management as well, because we all need money to live, and you should know how to balance these effective ways. And I'm also a person who is much more near to the nature. So green person in the sense like if you can, it's better you try to consume or like uh, lot of organic stuff as well as less polythene, plastic, those stuff. But here, what I have meant as a green person, dear ladies and gentlemen, it is that you should be much more aligned with the nature because you are also part of it. And the gratitude. I don't know what you are doing for gratitude because I also have a attitude of gratitude in my life because I'm so happy with what I have got, as well as I have that certain gratitude techniques that I really do. Normally when I for myself, because as I mentioned, I have to think about myself as well as my health. So I'm really thankful to what I have been given by the nature. And the thing is, you should always have that gratitude in the self. Now, once I get up early in the morning, I do three things. I don't know. This is my personal practice because I'm a left-hander. So normally I brush the first thing that you go to the washroom, you just brush and have wash. So the first thing that I do when I brush my teeth, I do it with my other hand. So that is my right hand because I'm not good in my handling properties because most of the time I use my left hand. So I wanted to use the other part of my less used hand for the first thing activity. So that most of the time, once it becomes a habit, so my other side of the brain also will get stimulated, not only the habitual, favorable hand. And afterwards, I normally say 5 to 10 times, I love you to my mirror. I don't expect other people to say I love you. It doesn't matter. But the person you see in front of you is you. So you should be grateful. Okay, I am born and I'm like live enough to start a new day. So I really love you. And what I have seen is most of us have breathing problems because our young generation, they used to take small breaths. So it's better in early in the morning if you get up and try to take long breaths. Inhale, exhale, long breaths from your full lung capacity. The ideal number will be 20 to 25 if possible. And if you really want, I know we all are like bombarded with information and everything. Most of the time we are on the edge. Okay, we are running here, we are doing this, we are like trying to do this, multitask this, parallel working this. So what to do when you are so stressed at an instant? So everybody has talked about long-term stress management, but for the small, minute stress, how to handle. So I will give you a tip. Normally what I do is that is called double inhale method. You use a small breath and then again you inhale another breath. So that is a little bit deep. And when you are like instantly stressed, just release, exhale the breath slowly. So that has been very useful as a tip to myself. Even when I do this talk, I also have butterflies in my stomach. So what I do is inhale small breath, another long breath, and exhale them slowly. All the systems of yours will come into normal, and you will flawlessly express your ideas to the audience, because that has been really helpful to me in my life once I'm doing lectures to the students. Not only that, live lectures to physically, not online. So some of my strategic ways I have shown. I know everybody cannot align with my strategies. So some of the strategies I have been practicing for a while, I have just mentioned in this particular slide. And the next one is about the favorite topic. Most of the scientists, the students, they try to come and ask this question. This is the favorite, most common problem, most common question that has been asked from myself: how to find your purpose in life. So what I do suggest is this Ikigai method, a Japanese concept of being well-being. So first of all, dear ladies and gentlemen, you should know what you are good at. So as a person, I know I can communicate well. And then you should identify what you love. So as a person, I love physics. So I have a passion build up for physics. And I know there's my love of physics, and I know that what we should know what the world needs. So that is my mission. My mission is to impart my passion of physics to the society in such a way that everybody will benefit. And apart from that, as I have these communication skills, I try have to find it out what you can be paid for. So that is my alignment with the lecturing, talking part. That has been my profession. Not only that, the other roles that I play as a researcher, writer, STEM activist, education consultant, those parts come into the vocation. When all the four circles, these are sets, as you know, in mathematics. So when all the circles come together in one point, if not, you will have dissatisfaction, not aligned, emptiness. So I have marked there satisfaction, but feeling uselessness. So if it is there, you are comfortable, but feeling emptiness. And sometimes you have excitement, complacency, but sense of uncertainty is there. And here you are find, okay, somewhat lost. But when all these four circles, what you are good at it, what you love, what the world needs, what you can be paid for, are in alignment, then you have the contentment by yourself without a doubt. But not only that, dear ladies and gentlemen, once you are trying to find a purpose, there are three things that I normally tell to my students. That means there should be some sort of a burning desire from within yourself. That I said, from your self-awareness, you will be able to portray that. Once you have that burning desire in your mind, and not only that, you should identify the market. So whether the market is supporting to my burning desire. And the market and the burning desire is not at all completed if you do not have the talent. So I take my example because initially I wanted to become a doctor. I really had that burning desire to become the MBBS doctor. Yes, you all know the market is good for MBBS doctors. But I took some time to find it out. Oh no, I don't have the talent to become a MBBS doctor. So I had to think of other alternative options. So why don't you apply into your life as well? So this is my message when you are trying to find the purpose and contentment by yourself. If you are really having like doubts and like second thoughts of it, what to do, how to do, when to do, what to do and what not, what you should not do. So it's better if you can consult a counselor, educational counselor, or whatever the person who is near and dear to you, because most of the incidents that we have come across in the recent past from different incidents of school children as well as university students is the lack of communication skills of telling how you feel about your problem, how to face this problem, what you should do. I mean, can I have a second opinion about it? So who am I going to tell? Who should be trust? So there are many issues in our younger generation. So with such programs, I'm trying to build up that awareness as well. The next is you cannot live alone. So we already in earlier cases, we talked about the personal space. So I don't think we can live alone in the society because we are a social creature. We are social creatures. So apart from that, why you should also build up like-minded people who are like beating in the same frequency of yourself, so that you also have that some kind of kickstart to your life. I mean, with the people who are filled with positive vibes, not only from the social circle as well as the organization level. And also I have mentioned that physical and virtual spaces. So that's where you interact with the world itself. So with all these four combinations, if you can portray your true individuality, and this enriched environment should support you. It means that if you are living in a toxic environment, sorry, you won't be able to do it. If you are living in such a bad social circle, sorry, you won't be able to do it. If your organization is stinking with such bad people, toxic people, sorry, you cannot do it. So you have to take that particular decision. Yes, I'm moving on. Bye bye. We have to take the other alternative option. So I'm really happy because if you have time, if you have time, because in LinkedIn platform, I'm much more active in LinkedIn. I have written 100+ articles regarding this consultancy of education, and I have built up a loyal community who reads my article, and now I have like 13,000 followers in LinkedIn. So I'm really happy to see that there is some sort of a loyal student. I don't know whether they're students or not, but I have some sort of a loyal community around me who are enriching and who are trying to evolve with me. So that is much more important when you also try to do your career progression with the 10 years, 20 years of time. And I would like to mention certain aspects, like most of the time, what I have seen is that our students, our students in the sense, the young scientists, somewhat they are like mindlessly doing. Okay, after this, I have to do my master's, then I have to do PhD. They're like mindlessly following some sort of person. So I really think most of our young scientists, according to my experience, I really don't know about the others. We all are like working according to a manual. So why don't you think of other options and think about creative solutions that we don't know life is in store for you? Because most of the time we are bombarded with student problems, and they say, okay, we have problems, and we have communication problems, we don't have that much of economic literacy, we are not that much competent and tech savvy. So the answer is also lying there. So okay, improve yourself. So without blaming the society, your social status, or the political system, start within. So start from yourself. If from the personal will, from the society will, you can change the world. So that, I don't know, that's the philosophy I have. Like, I mean, if you will change, everything for you will automatically change. So that's what happening naturally in our society. I don't know about your experience, so come into my experience I'm talking, because over the years I'm trying to build up, this is my tagline, life is more beautiful with physics. And I believe this is Richard Feynman, my physics Guruji. That's his teaching principles I usually apply in real life. So he has mentioned, teach your students to doubt, to think, to communicate, to question, to make mistakes, to learn from their mistakes, and most importantly, have fun in their learning. So this fun part is a little bit less in our new generation in a good way. So even this is not for the students, even it can be applied to your life. That's why I have used it in my slide. So you can doubt. Once you have, yes, you have a right to self-doubt. Yes, you have to think beyond boundaries. Okay, what am I capable of? Okay, without going in that original manual thing I have mentioned. Okay, when we need to know that we need to build up our communication skills. And then, yes, don't be afraid to question. Even as a student, I also used to ask a lot of questions. Yes, I was silent. So, okay, don't ask many questions. You have to learn what is in the book. So don't be like that. So no, the times have changed. I have mentioned earlier, the contemporary society, the culture has changed. You can question. And also you have to raise from your mistakes. I mean, we are also not complete, perfect people. So we need to learn from our mistakes. So it's okay to make mistakes. So we can learn from our mistakes. And while doing so, because we don't know where will we go after our death. So try to enjoy the life while you are, because you don't have to wait until you finish your PhD, or life is a journey. So you can enjoy the different sections, stages of your life. And yes, I know physics is a hard subject. Yes, but if you find the beauty in that hard, difficult situation, so it is beautiful. So I'm trying to show that to my students. So I hope this quotation from Richard Feynman also will be important to you. because this is my life as a physicist. 4 years back, like I did my first social media appearance in IQ Labs and it became viral. I also was really surprised, and a lot of people, students, they also contacted me because, as I mentioned, like I'm not a success story from the conventional scenario. I did 3 times A levels in biostream. I could not get into the medical faculty. So I found the love, physics being, I became a physics lover when I was doing my BSc degree. Okay. I don't know whether you believe this or not. From my first A-level result, I got a simple pass for physics. So my journey to simple pass to PhD is somewhat unique. So I really try to market that unsuccessful story from the conventional scenario. And one of my highlight is that, like, I used to act as official English translator of Professor Rosa's MCQ reviews of 20 years. So you can do whatever you want if you found your passion, dear ladies and gentlemen. So I am just trying to give my example because I know it has been a survival guide for many people, and some of the professional bodies, they are like, okay, labeling me as one of the STEM models in Sri Lanka. So I wanted to share a little bit of that. So once you have time, that is why I mentioned that please have a look at one of my LinkedIn articles. So I have like covered a lot because within such a small time, I cannot give all the gist of stuff for modern art of living, but similar to the subtopics, I have written them down. And with that, I wanted to develop your inner peace. So inner peace is not like, okay, going into a remote area or doing meditation and just chant Om Shanti Om, not like that. So it has to be built up within you, and it has to be portrayed when you move on with the as a person. So this is much more important. So that is why I have mentioned as discover your inner peace. If you are in inner peace with yourself, it can be seen, felt, heard by the people around you. So that is why when you be able to send your positive vibes to a wider community, not only from your voice, your appearance, your body language, everything can be done if you find this inner peace. So in my presentations, I normally give my success mantra. So to spell success, SUCCESS. So my first S is see your goals. So identify your goals. Okay, what should I be in 10 years time, 20 years time, 5 years time? Okay, what should be your goals? Then there you need to have a clear idea about the obstacles. Okay, what are the barriers that I have while going on to this particular goal? While doing so, you need to have a positive mindset, even whether you have a negative environment or like what sort of an environment. But if you act like a positive dynamo and try to build up that mindset with your, so that is the C. The second C is clear your self-doubt. Once you are going on this unique journey, you also have ups and downs, and your self-doubt will also fluctuate. And embrace that challenge. I said the problems I view as challenges, so I embrace it. Okay, come. I'm trying to face this challenge in my own way. Sometimes I truly get some advices from people who are near and dear to me. Yes, I embrace the challenge. The most important thing is your consistency. You should stay on track without diverting into different directions and so on. Yes, you have to stay in track. And final S is show the world that you can do it. So I just shared what I did in my academic journey of life, and some of them are from different platforms that I used to do educational counseling. And this is my success mantra where I give it to students in one of my lecture series. So discovering your inner peace is the final at like what you call the topmost level. I mean, according to your religion belief, it can be different. So we as Buddhists, we have a different perception of life. I know it can be different if you are a Hindu or a Muslim or a Christian. person. So whatever the religion that you are practicing right now, you should have a certain set of norms, beliefs, practices, trying to find your inner peace. So in our case, in our Buddhist philosophy, so we have certain rituals and do the activities related to your inner peace. So I used to do such things, and every time it has helped me to portray who am I today, right now. To be honest, I'm really happy about what I have done so far, but also I'm really excited about what is in store for me in the future. I don't know, but yes, let's face it. So I hope you will also should have that kind of mentality. I am along with all the particular obstacles that you are come acrossing with life, because life is not easy, it's hard, yes, but as I mentioned earlier, like physics is hard. Once you see the beauty in hardness, it will be a different experience. So similar to life, it will be also like that, because I normally try to give this water bottle concept at the end of my presentation. Normally, we know normal water bottle is somewhat like 120, 150 rupees in a normal boutique. So what's the price when it is in a different place, like a hotel, like an airport? So you know there's a price fluctuation. My question is, does the quality of the water change? Now, it's the same water bottle. The water is same, but the placement of that water bottle in a different environment gives that value to the water bottle, not to the water itself. Water is there in the bottle as well, but the price fluctuation, it can be applied to yourself. If you are in the correct environment that you are valued, you can do wonders in life, dear ladies and gentlemen. So my our presentation ends, and I really like to acknowledge these parties. So I'm grateful to Dr. Sumudhu, who is a senior lecturer at University of Sri Jayawardenepura, and senior scientist, Ms. Tilini Munagamage, for the encouragement, kind advices, and also sustained interest with helpful discussions. And I'm really thankful to everybody who helped me in numerous ways, directly and indirectly. And finally, I'm warmly thankful to my members for encouraging and motivating me during this journey of life. So anybody who has questions, I'm really vocal to answer it. And here are my contact numbers if you are really interested. So I think I managed the time with 40 minutes nearly. Those who are like females or males, my advice at the end is shown in the picture. Don't follow the manual, just think of creative ideas. So if you can see from the particular, not only to females or males, I just wanted to show this. Try to be the girl on the right. So enjoy the life with the challenges. So when you do it, the people will say that my success mantra, if you can remember it. So I'm ready for your questions. I know you may be having a lot of questions to ask, the way you live, how you should live. So right now, and I'm thankful to all of you. So I'm ready for your questions.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lupiaraji, for your valuable and very interesting and timely manner topic, as we are facing to this kind of problem, and we are trying to give some advice, but like you mentioned, the students and the young scientists these days are really struggling with their day-to-day life. So I think it will be really helpful for them to think and see where they were stuck in their life and how to move forward to reach into the successful rate. So forum is open for the question. If you have question, feel free to ask from Dr. Nopiarachi. Unmute by yourself and ask. If not, I think you are okay with the chat box as well, Dr. Nopiarachi. Until they are going to ask some question, I would like to raise one point. I'm not asking this one in the academia person. As a normal person nowadays, I'm normally seeing that compared to our days, like you mentioned, nowadays there are so many very sad situations we are hearing and seeing each and every day. Maybe um, like you mentioned, yes, compared to our days now, lifestyle is completely changed. Not only the kids and the parents as well. So with my experience, what I'm thinking is the main issue is coming, like you mentioned in your point, time management and the prioritize our work. So, what kind of advice you can give to our young scientists in here, how to manage their time?
Right, there are like different time management techniques. Dr. Sumudhu, like once you use it, like there is like Pareto principle and there is that Moscow methods. I mean, once you zoom it, once you try to find it, because I normally use a mixture of those time management techniques. So it depends on the particular individual. So normally once we do the counseling, we just check out the each person's taste, styles, and so on. And then we'll try to recommend, okay, try out this for a while. Whether it's matching you, okay, then you just try to continue. Because now I have been using these time management techniques, like I'm kind of much more self-disciplined person, like for like more than 20 years time. So once you are like more specific on your time management, you can balance all those roles. Otherwise, like to be honest now, I really don't have a proper domestic support. I look after my housework, the company work, along with the research work and other stuff. So it's like once you are familiar with it, it will be like 360 point of view of your life. So you are looking at the bird's eye view and all. Okay, these are the parts that I should do. Sometimes I pause. My success method is called uh, things to get done. So it's like a GG method that has been introduced by Robert Allen. So in those methods, some of I said I use a mixture, but some of these methods you have to pause, you have to delete, you just have to give it to somebody else. So like the particular responsibility passing. So these things, I mean, not just for your post or writing down. So once you put these things, techniques into action and try to build up your own thing. So get the things done, but if you can do it, so that will be the much more interesting way. Now, for example, during the lectures, I have shown my students about, because I'm a little bit conservative person, I use a writing down system. Okay, these things I have to do. You can use any other Google Calendar, whatever the methods that there are as a time management toolkits. So after that, you will see that mindless social media or screen consumption can be, it's always should be like the moderation. So what we see is there is no such moderation. Now we use even my social media usage. If I normally look at my Facebook like once or twice a week, because I even don't put Facebook on my phone also. Once you are there, you are like bombarded with questions are like, and also the posts and so on. You tend to look, okay, what is he or she is doing, what is the new sometimes I don't see those things. So after some time only, once you are read, okay, because you don't need the validation from to live your life with the others. So I really don't encourage the students to be involved in social media, because once you calculate your time and effort, like if you can remember, Dr. Samudhu, this occurred 10 years back when those Indian dramas came into our lives. So during that time also, I did the numerical calculation and showed, okay, this much of number of hours you are losing from your life. So by that time, why can't you learn a new language? Why can't you start doing some your like driving a vehicle, learn a new language, or do some sports, or do some aerobics? Try to think of your own per se, the health. So once you look in that aspect, so you will see, okay, these are my loopholes in time wasting. So once you know, identify what are my time wasters, then what are the things that I can replace with substitution method. It's not easy. Yes, there are at least 21 days habit. And that's why I said somebody has to monitor you. Okay, you'll do 1, 2 days like your weight loss method. So it's not there. So you have to keep in touch with the consistency should be there. Afterwards, it'll be okay. It'll be embedded in your life. So afterwards, it'll be like part and parcel with your life. So after that, it's quite normal. Yes, we have a question, I guess.
Yes, Dr. Chaturi. We do have few questions in our chat box.
Um,
Madam, can I have a practical method to reduce the stressful situation in the mind when I am in toxic background?
Okay, the thing is, surround yourself with the opposite side of people. Like normally, when no, that is what what we call this analytical behavioral therapy in counseling. We normally say, okay, once you are stressed, or and with that, we used to have this negative sort of body language, like you are shrink, your body posture is different. But once you suggest your subliminal frequencies, no, I'm trying to do this a different, the opposite thing. That's why we normally use this technique to public speaking as well. If you are like excited and do this, do the suggest the other opposite way of speaking into the audience, like project that you are really confident and so on. So to deal with this relationship, I know the university students, they have different relationships problems. It can be your parents, your spouse, your friends. I mean, there are like good friends and bad friends. So they all that social circle. So please try to change the circle. If these toxic people are from your very near and dear circle, please try to change the environment, because once you are in that particular environment, you will be all, again go into that certain mindsets of people. To give you one example, when I was in my last year, we had a bunch of 5 girls, including me, who were like in the working time. We are from different zoology, botany, computer science, and I'm from physics. We had 5 different girls, and from the very last year, we thought, okay, whether the opportunity is there or not, we should change our dress style, because we also like looking at our demonstrators, the lecturers. We don't know whether we can be or not, but what do you call, subconsciously we changed our dress code. Like we also used to wear like corporate ways and so on as students. So even the junior students also identified, these are going to be our future demonstrators. But still we didn't know we had the vacancy or not. But we really talked with each other, so that automatically those 5 people were absorbed into the department after the graduation. So we didn't know. So that's what I said. Once you are surrounded with such people, the things happen according to your way. When you change, everything will change for you. And
And there's a one question from Dr. Tushar from
yeah.
Slim Tech. He's asking, could you please mention a little bit how can students develop their mentality during this kind of stressful period?
Yes, Dr. Tushara, the scene is, it is much more personal with you. Like, I mean, because once we are talking about the student community, we can give general solutions, but I prefer to go one-on-one session with the student, because if I'm talking generally, most of the time our student population are like spoon-fed from our parents. Like from 18 years, they were like going behind the students, and finally they passed the A levels and got good results, and they went to the university. Now, once you are in a new environment, you have to adapt well. And those multitasking buttons are not well developed in our A level qualified students. So this money management, time management, stress management, everything is at once. So they find it really hard. And also our parenting style also a little bit somewhat checking all the time. I hope if you are a parent, you should know this. There are parenting styles called dolphin, unicorn, what else, tiger, the new parenting style. So that's different way. So first, if you are a student, first if you should identify what were your parenting style from your parents. So if that's, are you going to do the same thing, or you are going to develop some sort of a new person? That dependency, according to our culture, should be somewhat reduced, because if you compare with the foreign universities, undergraduates, Dr. Tushara, you will see much more independent students. And most of our time, I'm also encouraging our undergraduates to have that entrepreneurial mindset. So once they are in that entrepreneurial mindset, they know the value of money. So they know how to face these challenges. Most of the time, what I have noticed is they have relationship challenges, educational challenges, financial challenges, and finally the personality development challenges. So these type of challenges we should try to help them to achieve, as well as to like find the solutions in a personal manner. I hope I answered your question. And staying focused. There, if you have like problems in staying focused, that's what I said. They have less attention span. These are Gen Z people, I guess. So there are certain games so that you can increase your attention span. So one such method I practice with my kids also is Konipura, Japanese party game. So you just touch with an object. So let's say if this is your phone, one person is also touching, the other person is also touching. And when one person takes away, the particular other person should like tap the table like this. And even again, they are tapping and tapping. The other person also take. This person also should tap. So it increases your focus because you are concentrating about the object in your middle. So once it is done in a faster method, so your motor controls, your eye control, those there are certain methods. I hope if you are looking at those Korean K-pop dramas also, they do such games. And this is the simplest method that I remembered because in during the university workshops, school workshops, I usually do this Konepura method with the students to increase their focusing span. And next one is, yes. Anything else? Yeah, I hope you have seen my contact number. So if you have any personalized questions, you can contact me.
Any more questions to the Dr. Nupiarachi from our audience? Looks like they got a lot of, yes, I think they saw so many things, and I'm pretty sure they will take this advice into their life and they will try to enhance their lifestyle in near future in the good way. So with that, I would really appreciate your valuable time, Dr. Nupiarachi. You are the person who contacted us in the first place. So we are so grateful to you, and we really appreciate your time to and spend your time to share your valuable experience with this young scientist. So with that, I would like to wind up the session. Thank you to you all for the participation and have a good pleasant evening.
Thank you so much for the given opportunity and good night, everybody.